Charcoal Pony is a comedy improv troupe, meaning we do improv theater, anything off the top of our heads, and we focus on comedy. We focus on making people laugh and just generally spreading joy through whatever we can come up with on the spot.
Charcoal Pony is a unique creative space that allows people to explore the art of improv in a fun and innovative way that a lot of other people don't do in the same manner.
The Charcoal Boys is just a bunch of really good people, really well-meaning people, just trying to make other people laugh.
It's been a place to be myself and be creative in ways that sometimes class and the outside world doesn't really allow.
So, what starts the process of having a show is first and foremost getting a location, because that's the most difficult thing for any group on campus to do, especially a performing group that is not directly tied into the department.
Usually I try to get like a theme, so like Halloween is obviously Halloween, or like Alumni Weekend has a theme, or if we're just doing a random show in a month, we try and have a theme around it just to make it like more fun. And so usually I'll take that theme and like create a title with it. So they usually have a pun of some sort, of like a horse pun, and then I will usually base the poster around that.
And then we also have to choose our games, which can be a lengthy process, not always. But think about the games you want ahead of time, vote on those games, make sure everyone gets a say, and then once those games are decided, voting on and deciding who is going to be in what game, who is going to call what game.
What we do is we run those games as many times as we can in practice with the people who are going to be in the show in those games, and then we give notes on what they can improve on, what they need to keep in mind when they're performing these games.
One of the coolest things that happens at the alumni weekend shows is we have this game that we play at the end of every show called Freeze. And at any point in time, someone can yell freeze and then they join in the scene. It's a new scene every time. So when we do our alumni weekend shows, we call up our alumni to come play with us.
With Freeze, we make sure it's really nice and long so that all the alumni can join us. So it's really fun because a lot of them obviously act different than us, and they're all kind of their own special characters. I feel like they all have these quirky things that are different about them than we are. So it's really nice to like see that new meshing of things, and so that'll be fun.
So the alumni show, especially since it's hot off the heels of our Halloween show, it's a 2-week turnaround time, which is the absolute minimum that Pony can do, just because it's the alumni show. It's a bit looser, it's a bit more having fun. It's more for us to enjoy the games that we're doing and focus on our fundamentals.
We have some fun games this time around. I think games that we don't often see, so I'm excited for that.
I love Return Department. That is a personal favorite game of mine. I love Return Department because it's so silly, of like you take this thing out of your pocket and it could be the Eiffel Tower. And so you take it out of your pocket and it's like, whoa, what is this thing? And I love the quirkiness of that game. And puppets can also be really fun if you get really physical body movements.
Shrinking scene's wild, man. Yes, like Shrinking Scene, just like you do a scene and then the parameters just get shorter. And then you have to do it, but with shorter parameters. And then eventually it's 3 dudes on 1 chair, which that's crazy. Prepared for it's been a whirlwind. Everyone has to do their scene at least a couple times, just get a feel for it, and then the show's right there.
So obviously, because we don't have a lot of time, we spent most of last week planning and this week like playing games. It's a little bit stressful because we're all kind of on this time crunch and people are very busy. We all, of course, want things to be perfect and good and funny, but we're all playing new games and we're trying to interact with new people. And so there's always the stress of figuring out how you mesh with other people, because some people just don't mesh well, and that's perfectly fine. Or maybe you just don't work well in that specific game.
It's also kind of fun though, because you kind of have to force yourself to be like, all right, think outside the box more, because you don't have comfortable amount of time to do so. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable is always something that is fun for me, and that's improv, right? You have to think on your feet.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, and now that I do scheduling, it is slightly more stressful, because we want to make sure that we get the spaces booked before we start promoting things, just so we have that like continuity. But it's stressful as a performer, having to immediately switch to new games and not really getting a chance to work on your skills.
It's an amazing feeling because no matter what, there was a moment that I had in that show that I was like, that was amazing. There was a moment that I had that was like, wow, I got to do that in front of friends and strangers alike, and I thought it was hilarious and they laughed at it. And that's such a cool moment.
The feeling afterwards, I get both a sense of elation and a cringe at my own self. Once a show finished, I'm always thrilled because of like however high the energy was, how much the audience laughed, how much they enjoyed it.
You're just so excited and you just like feel like you're glowing.
It's a mixture of relief that it's over and we can rest a little bit, but it's also a little bit of sadness because shows are so much fun and we do spend so much time working towards them that sometimes, you know, you wish they could just last forever, because truly it is fun to be in front of an audience and share your passion and share your art form and your love for something that they came to watch you do.
It's like a feeling of like cooling down, you know, because you're just pushing your brain to like the limit almost, because you're just like, all right, I gotta think of my feet for like an hour and a half sometimes.
We went up and we did that, right? And maybe in a week, you know, a different feeling will come and we'll look back and whatever I was thinking that I was like, oh, you know, like that could have been better. It's like, that's the time to improve. That's the time to work on that. I'll look back on that eventually.
But I also am like running back every single scene, every single thing I did and doubting it. I'm like, oh man, that wasn't great, or that wasn't a great choice, even if it might have been. It's just sort of the way that things go. Because one of the most important things for improv is confidence and making direct, confident decisions within a scene, sticking to those decisions, and just being bold.
I want to see Pony continue to challenge itself. I don't want us to ever stay stagnant in what we do.
God knows we need laughter.